What happens when a world-class nutritionist uses blood panels, cellular biology, and fact-based science to create and monitor healthy eating plans with supplements for her clients? Everyone wins. Welcome to Power on Your Plate with Haylie Pomroy, an educational experience that gives you both the actionable and practical tools you can use every day to get your health, weight, and life back on track.
Hi guys, it's Haylie, and I'm here again this morning with our dear friend Mike. You guys have all learned to love him as very much as I do, and as my team does. You know, there's a real dichotomy going on right now. The clinician in me is just, going through research and journals and science geeking out, and the mom in me and the avid baker and individual that believes that my kitchen is my pharmacy is struggling a little bit with making sure that everybody has great ideas and tips to satiate their desires and their needs. Because remember, your body desires things for a reason. And so Mike asked me some killer questions this morning.
Yeah.
And we were kvetching a little bit about things that are going on in each of our homes. And I thought I said, stop. Let's record. This would be amazing for our community. So Mike,
Yes.
why don't you tell us kind of some of the stuff we were talking about?
Okay. I may not be like everybody else, but my family, we do sometimes, not all the time, thankfully, but sometimes have a tendency to stress eat. My mom has a high tendency to stress eat. My kids bore eat, and I do the same thing. And I have this, this like Pavlovian response where if I'm watching TV at the end of the night, I really want something sweet. And we're all really conscious of, as you've taught me, a T cell count being lowered by eating refined sugar. And since I'm the only one going to the store, I'm not buying any. And they're freaking out. The whole house is freaking out because there's no sugar. There's no chips to buy. And I'm like, oh, crap, I have this box. And in the box, I know, like the stuff that I asked you to send before, I have that dessert baking mix. And I'm like, there's something that we can do that we can make here that still is sweet and will make everybody happy, but doesn't necessarily cause an inflammatory response or a glycemic index for my diabetic wife. And then that's when you were like, oh my gosh. So
we should talk about this. Yeah. Well, I told you too, I just went and spent the weekend getting my parents kind of fridge and freezer stocked. And my dad is also diabetic that I was talking to our community about. So first, I just want to take a teeny step back and say that if we were doing cortisol tests on everybody right now, I can only fathom for individuals and for families, the amount of stress hormones that are being secreted right now. And when that happens in the body, a lot of times our bodies create stress hormones and then crisis hormones. And those crisis hormones tell us right away to make sure that we have fuel for the crisis. And I think the refined sugars are, remember, quick acting fuel. So the first thing that I want to say is everybody give yourself a big hug and tell yourself what a smart body for having those cravings, because it's what kind of sustains us and keeps us alive. However, when we consume things that our brain recognizes as quick fuel but is nutrient devoid, it actually takes a stress body and just hammers it with even more demand. I always say, remember, we're not made out of synthetic things, so we have to detox and get all those synthetic chemicals out that we've been exposed to, which is more work. And who needs more work right now? Nobody. The other thing is that because it doesn't deliver nutrients, it doesn't do anything to support the adrenals, balance the adrenals, or take stress off of us. The other thing that I want to note that I've seen in our community is everybody says, hey, when I was at work in an office, my fridge wasn't sitting in front of me all day long, and my fridge is now. So there's a couple things. Yes, we are making in our family a lot of, the metabolism fudgesicles. We just made the angel food cake, which was really good because people are feeling like, I don't want to just tell my kids and tell my family, hey, I know you're under stress, or I know you're, both of my kids were supposed to graduate, or hopefully will still be graduating, but, we're supposed to have ceremony through college and through high school next month in May. And they're really grieving and feeling a lot of loss about that. And I don't want to take that environment and tell them, no, you can't have anything that's going to make you feel better. So I'm really consciously trying to make things in our house. We're doing a lot of baking. We're making a lot of the metabolism cookies. We just made the peanut butter, the almond butter ones, and the ones, what do you call those? The little crisscrosses on them? I don't know. I'll post it.
Oh, like a sugar cookie? Or like a peanut butter?
But they're called with the pecan. And anyway, we just made them. I'll shoot a picture. But we've been doing a lot. Yes, exactly. We've been doing a lot of that purposefully and consciously, and actually having desserts as a family with our dinner meal and kind of celebrating those things. We also just had
Oh my God, that would go so far.
I know.
I need that so
bad. It does.
bad.
They feel very loved up by that, but I've got to make sure that it's done in a healthful way. So a couple things is we are going through quite a bit of the quick and easy dessert mix. I'm going to post there's a ton of free recipes that I have around our baking mix, around our dessert mix, but you can also, I've got the chocolate covered strawberries, where we use raw cacao. We use coconut oil. We use either like a stevia or a birch xylitol or a pure lohan or monk fruit to sweeten. I also want to say that, so my family feels love through food for sure, and they feel nurtured through food for sure. So instead of us, and I know that you're really being such an awesome dad and such an awesome advocate for your family by saying, I'm not buying that crap and I'm not bringing it into my house because you can't. It'll drive your immune system down, and none of us want to do that to our kids or ourselves right now. So what we're trying to do as a family is purposefully, we've made we're doing like chocolate covered strawberries. I have a recipe for, I don't know if you've ever tried our chocolate orange power balls. They're so good. I'll post that too, but really easy. The nut butter is raw cacao. We use chia seeds. I use orange zest. We're trying to eat fruit, so there's plenty of zest or peel around our house. I use mint, vanilla, sea salt, cacao nibs, and chopped raw almonds in that one. So we are. Is
all this stuff on your site? All these recipes are on the site?
Yeah, most of them. Some of them are in the new cookbook, like the chocolate orange. Yeah, but that's okay. I can post it. The chocolate orange. I'll take a picture of it and post it. The chocolate orange power balls. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, instead of trying to white knuckle it, make it part of your family's life right now. Make it ceremonial. So try to have it in a dessert setting, like after dinner or after a meal, so that you can say things like, hold on, don't eat that. We're saving that for dessert, right? Because then they won't feel like you're punishing them, because all of our families are already we've had enough taken away from us. I guess that's what I can say. But you have a nutritionist. And so your nutritionist is going to say, let's feed the stress in a way that nourishes and nurtures the metabolic pathways that make us healthier and able to adapt more strongly to this stress. So your nutritionist is going to say, oh, what smart and amazing people your family are for craving quick-acting foods right now. Let's just make sure that we actually fulfill their body's desires and needs by making it nutrient dense, so that one, they'll have less cravings because they'll be satiated, and the other, that we're actually feeding them healthier for tomorrow. That's what I to share. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, thank you. I'll pull that out, and then I'm going to go in. Hopefully you can have somebody, like you said, pull together some of those recipes, and we can put them on a page for everybody who's lazy like me. Thankfully, I love you for that. Thankfully, you let me do this so I don't have to be I'm so freaking lazy.
We're going to be filming a Good Morning America is going to actually be coming to my house, which is super exciting. Yeah, we're going to do a Good Morning America. I know, because I just want to be, again, we're all abstaining from so much right now, from social contact, from, business meetings. I canceled 14 flights. We were supposed to launch the new cookbook. We were supposed to go on public television tour. All of that's been canceled. We're grieving the loss of a lot. And I'm not even an individual that's being hit with the health trials and tribulations that a lot of people are going through. So, we've got to band together, cook together, love each other up, show love through food. And the way we do that is by making sure that food that we're delivering is loving, right?
Yeah, I love that. But I think you just mentioned the cookbook. I actually already, as you know, of course, I pre-ordered mine already.
Thank you.
Because, of course, I have to support you because you do nothing but support me and us. So super glad to do that. And I got it I did the Kindle one for, I don't remember, it was cheap, like $15 or something like that. So, and that's coming out soon, right? Pretty soon?
Yeah, it is. And that's where Good Morning America is coming here. So it actually will go out. People should have it if they order it through Amazon, the hardcover. through Amazon or Barnes and Noble. I think it's like $25. I'm terrible. And then you get a beautiful hardcover book that goes on your counter. However, you can order, and I know that finances are really tight for a lot of people right now. You can order the Kindle version, the digital version, and it's a lot less expensive. And if you do, I don't know if you did this, Mike, but we have 7 gifts that you get also. I feel corny even saying this, but Mike, let me tell you. The other thing, I know, like, hold on, you asked me. You just segued me. Thank you. The digital cheese making guide. If you have not downloaded that yet, you get all this stuff free when you pre-order the book. There is a cheesecake recipe in there that I swear to gosh, my kids have made, I don't even know how many times, and they're making whatever berries we have, they're making all kinds of different versions and variation on the theme. There's also a cream cheese recipe in there. I think my kids are putting, and again, we've been playing with it. Like we made cream cheese with chives. We made cream cheese with blueberries. We made cream cheese. Those are all things that we can do now still, right? In this current environment where I'm like super stressed, but not even. Yeah. This will fortify you. Remember all of the metabolic pathways that boost your immune system, that manage your stress hormones, that keep your hair from falling out. They're all nutrient dependent. So we've got to flourish. Yeah. So we've had a lot of fun actually with that cheese making guide. There's also a preview. I released 10 recipes out of the cookbook ahead of time. Nice. We have some challenges coming up where we're going to be doing some strategic eating together as a community. We're here for everybody right now, but I know that people are struggling with the sweets and the carbs. And my biggest thing is saying when there's a problem facing yourself or your family, abstaining and running from it isn't the way. You want to turn towards it, see how you can take that message, that communication from your body and turn it into something awesome and positive. And the way we're doing that, like I said, is intentionally having and celebrating. And remember, pleasure stimulates the metabolism. So enjoying your food is going to help burn through anything else like that might fall into your mouth, like chips or a margarita. I'm just saying. We've got to keep that metabolism on fire right now. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. I really, really, really appreciate this. You give me a different way to look at it. I was literally looking at it from, oh, this sucks. I can't give my kids anything. I'm I'm a jerky parent. I'm like, man, what am I going to do? I got to do something for them. And I don't want to cave and get the sugar. So now you give me an alternative. I will pull out. Mike, open your box I sent you. I know that you guys have been diligent about your supplements. I know you've been diligent about your metabolism shake. I know you're using the turkey jerky and stuff like that, but I'm like, no. I put goodies in there too. You really did. Thank you so much. And my wife, by the way, I was like, what, babe, there's like 10 turkey jerkies in here. She's like, that's not enough. I'm like, oh my God, babe. She's like this. So anyhow, I know we're already over time. I just want to say thank you again for being so amazing and for sharing so openly and for listening to my texts and for sharing all of these conversations with your community, and which I'm a part of, and I love being in there. I can't thank you enough. I don't know what it would be like to go through this without you. Well, thank you. And thanks for being the vessel, because otherwise right now I'd probably be sitting in my office going, oh no, I don't know how to help. I don't know how to help. So thank you for being the vessel. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you. You're very humble. Guys, I think you got it. Thank you. All right. Love to all. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another inspiring episode of Power on Your Plate with Haylie Pomroy. Please remember to share the amazing science and tools with someone you love. The more we know, the more we all lift our global health together. Visit www.hayliepomroy.com to get notes from today's show and to take your education and health to a new level of success and happiness.
Information on this podcast is provided for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for the advice provided by your physician or other healthcare professional or any information contained on or in any product label or packaging. You should not use the information on this podcast for diagnosing or treating a health problem or disease or prescribing any medication or other treatment. You should always speak with your physician or other healthcare professional before taking any medication or nutritional, herbal, or homeopathic supplement, or adopting any treatment for a health problem. If you have or suspect that you have a medical problem, promptly contact your healthcare provider. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking professional advice because of something you've heard on this podcast. Information provided on this podcast and the use of any products or services purchased as a result of this podcast does not create any type of professional relationship between you and any of the associates affiliated with this podcast. Information and statement regarding dietary supplements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.